Have you ever dreamed of building your own humanoid robot, but figured that kind of knowledge was locked up behind some crazy expensive university paywall? Well, what if I told you there's a complete university-level course just sitting on GitHub, totally free, ready to take you from square one to building your own autonomous robots? Okay, let's dive into this incredible project.
So here's the game plan. First, we're going to break down what makes this thing a whole new kind of textbook. Then we'll map out the entire learning journey it takes you on step by step. After that, we'll see why it's so much more than just theory. And finally, I'll show you just how easy it is to get started, and we'll take a quick peek under the hood.
All right, so first up, what exactly is this project? I mean, calling it a textbook doesn't quite do it justice. It's something more. At its core, the project is all about something called physical AI, or you might hear it called embodied intelligence. You know, the idea is to get AI out of the cloud and into the real world. Think about it. It's one thing for an AI to identify a photo of a cat. It's a whole other level for a robot to actually walk across a room, pick up a ball, and drop it in a basket. That's physical AI, giving intelligence a body so it can see, think, and do.
And listen, this isn't me just hyping it up. This is straight from the project's own description. They call it a comprehensive university-level textbook. I mean, they're aiming to cover the entire range, from the absolute foundational ideas all the way to building your own complex thinking humanoids. That is a seriously ambitious goal for any project, let alone one that's open source. So how in the world do they take you from zero to robot builder? Well, it's not just a big data dump. It's a carefully crafted learning journey designed to guide you the whole way. It's all broken down into 5 really logical chapters. You start with the big ideas in the introduction to physical AI. Then, Chapter 2 gets into the nitty-gritty with ROS2, which is basically the operating system for most modern robots. Chapter 3 is where the fun starts. You learn to build and test in virtual worlds with simulators. Then in Chapter 4, you give your robot senses, eyes and ears, using powerful NVIDIA tools. And it all builds up to the grand finale, the capstone project where you put it all together to build your own autonomous humanoid.
And what I absolutely love is how they explain these super complex topics. Take ROS2. Sounds intimidating, right? But they use this perfect analogy. Just think of it as the robot's nervous system. It's the thing that connects the brain to the motors in the arms and the sensors in the head, letting everything communicate. It just clicks. This approach makes building something as complex as a humanoid feel so much more intuitive.
But here's the real magic of this project. It is so much more than just a book you read. It is packed, and I mean packed, with hands-on stuff to actually get you building.
For starters, we're talking about more than 48 practical code examples. And this is the real deal. Python, C++, configuration files, all the languages that are crucial in robotics. This isn't just code to look at. It's code you can run, you can tweak, you can break, and you can learn from directly. And to make sure that knowledge really sticks, the course has over 20 hands-on labs. This is where you actually get to roll up your sleeves and apply what you've learned. It's all about learning by doing. Now, what about breaking expensive hardware? We've all been there. Well, you don't have to worry about that. The project comes with over 11 simulation activities. You can build, test, and even crash your robots 100 times over, all in a safe virtual world. This is a total game changer, because it means you can learn and experiment without needing a huge budget.
And the toolkit just keeps going. On top of all that, you get optional experiments if you want to go deeper, seamless integration with cutting-edge industry tools like NVIDIA Isaac, and it all leads to that huge capstone project, your chance to bring everything together and build something truly impressive. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing, but it must be a total pain to set up, right? Well, you'd be surprised. Let's look at how you actually get started.
So, ready to actually give it a try? Getting the textbook itself running locally on your own machine is shockingly straightforward.
Honestly, it's pretty much just 2 commands. First, you run npm install. Think of this as telling your computer to go fetch all the little parts needed to build the book. Then you just type npm start and boom, the whole interactive textbook opens right up in your web browser. That's it. That third command is really just for more advanced folks who might want to host it online somewhere.
All right, last thing, for all my fellow tech geeks out there, let's just take a quick peek under the hood at what makes the textbook website itself tick.
Now, when you first see this chart, you might do a double take. Over 80% PowerShell? What's that about? It's really important to get this straight. This chart is for the languages used to build the website for the textbook. It's not the robotics code.
The PowerShell is most likely for scripts that automate building the site, while the JavaScript and CSS make it all look nice and interactive. The actual robot code you'll be writing, like we said, is all Python and C++.
So, let's just boil it all down. What we have here is a free, comprehensive, and totally interactive university-level course on one of the coolest fields in tech today. And it's available to anyone right on their computer. That's huge.
This is just an incredible resource that truly levels the playing field, giving everyone access to advanced robotics education. Which really just leaves one last question for you to chew on. If you downloaded this whole thing today, what's the first robot you would build?